Hi, I'm Steve, the Introverted Traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this edition, we are back in Beacon Rock State Park, near Stevenson, Washington, on our way to Hardy Ridge. Along the way, we will see foggy views, foggy forests, foggy trails, and, for a nice change of pace, a trail Yorkie.
But I got passed by two hikers with a Yorkie. Like a Yorkie Terrier, one of the little Matchbox car-sized dogs.
This and much more on this Introverted Travels.
Greetings. And once again, I'm back on yet another adventure. And today was going to be my attempt to kind of cool things off, because the last couple of weeks I've done some fairly people-intensive hikes. Not on purpose, never on purpose. But, people happen when you least expect it. Today, I'm going up to Hardy Ridge on the Hardy Ridge and Phlox Point Trail. Unfortunately, that's in Beacon Rock State Park. For those that remember, Hamilton Mountain was also in Beacon Rock State Park. However, it's the adjacent peak. It's not where I am. This particular peak and this particular hike is supposed to be calmer and relatively people-free. But guess what? When I got to the trailhead, you gotta pretend I'm holding up 6, because, I can't get at them. There was this many plus 1. There were 6 other cars. Introverted math dictates that 6 cars times a supposed passenger limit of 4 people per car would mean that there's a potential of 24 people on this trail, which is, of course, way too damn many people. However, unfortunately for me, when I got there, hoping to start a nice secluded hike, there were a bunch of other hikers there at the same time getting ready to start their secluded hike. So I was able to confirm that one car had 2 people and one car had 1 person. Hopefully, unless there's people beaming in from other trails that connect that I don't know about, which is unfortunately possible, there's going to be less than 24 people at the moment, until more people show up and come up behind me and ruin my day and my solitude, my life in general. But until then, we are contending with at least 20 people on the trail. That's 20 people to shatter my hopes, to shatter my dreams. It's awful. It's horrible. And I'm an innocent victim here. I mean, why am I subjected to the rest of you? Unfortunately, humanity has yet to go extinct, even though I've put in multiple requests with the Home Office. So, we're going to do this hike today. It's going to be 8+ miles. I don't know. All Trail says probably around 8 point something, but that means anything from 8 point something to infinity, because All Trails is a dirty, dirty liar. I'm going to be going up to a peak. I'm going to look around, go, ooh, see other people, go, ugh, and then, run away into the bushes like I always do. We're going to get this done. Hopefully, we're going to avoid as many people as possible. And then we're going to get the hell out of here. I'm probably less than half an hour into this hike, and I've already encountered another human being. However, in this case, I saw the person coming at me. They had their little, hiking poles, and they were going, they were alone, they were by themselves, they weren't making any noise. So of course I had my head down, I was looking at my feet. I was trying to make myself look as small as a gigantic, bald, shaved, Bigfoot looking guy can. And that person passed me. I passed that person. And there was no interaction whatsoever. It was absolutely perfect. The person didn't try to shove social protocol on me. The person didn't try to violate my space. The person didn't try, as most humans will, to say hello and good morning and shatter my hopes and dreams. No, none of that was happening. I mean, that person knew that they didn't know anything about me. They didn't know if I was, had a mental health issue and had anxiety and didn't want to interact with people. They didn't know if I was deaf or hard of hearing and would have trouble, hearing them. They didn't know if I, was neurodivergent and so forth. They didn't know any of that about me. And so they left me alone. There was absolutely no reason for us to interact. And so we didn't. It's the easiest concept in the world. And yet so many people, especially those that comment on my videos, they don't seem to understand how rude and awful it is when they do try to force their social protocols. One person at a time. If I can convert one person at a time into not trying to ravage me with their social niceties, I can die an accomplished human being. And more than likely I'll die out here somewhere because, it's nature and it's scary as hell, and, I'll have the GoPro running. Don't worry, you'll see my death. But yeah, so far, one individual passed me, no interaction. And I could rant, but there's no reason to because there was no social interaction and it was wonderful. Let's just hope the rest of the day is like this. Well, I have reached the point in the hike in which I have multiple decisions to make. I hate making decisions. I'm terrible at it, and I always procrastinate. I always put them off. But in this particular case, I can go on the Hardy Ridge Loop Trail. I can go on the lower. I can't talk today. The lower Loop Trail, or I can head towards Hamilton Mountain. Now, for those of you who have watched my previous videos, Hamilton Mountain is indeed where they're showing their asses on the trail, and there's gaggles of people hanging out in the bushes and talking and partying, and yeah, it's Frat Boy Mountain. So I can go to Frat Boy Mountain, and of course all trails, being all trails, has me headed directly towards Frat Boy Mountain. Now, I've been to Frat Boy Mountain, I've seen the naked trail butts, and I'm middle-aged. I don't care about naked trail butts anymore. Give me 20 years ago and I'd be like, oh yeah, naked trail butts. But now it's like, it's a butt. Put it away. You're not supposed to have it out on the trail. So, however, even though all trails is telling me to go ahead, and I don't really particularly want to, I'm just not in the mood to fight with it today. I mean, have you ever had one of those days where, you just wake up and, yeah, you go to work or school or the grocery store or wherever you might crawl to when you're in your waking state, and you just don't want to be there? You just want to go back to sleep. Can you have that feeling about the entire planet? Like, I just woke up today and I'm like, oh, I'm on Earth again? I don't want to be here. Any other planet. I mean, let's face it, the population of this planet sucks. They're killing their environment. The planet's dying, and they try to say hello and good morning to me, and that freaking sucks. So yeah, I'm just kind of in a funk today. It happens, but yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and go up towards Frat Boy Mountain. I don't believe that I'm actually going to go to Frat Boy Mountain, thank goodness, because I've already done that, and I've already seen those butts. So yeah, we're not going to repeat the butt incident, but we're going to go ahead and just follow the All Trails map reluctantly, because I don't have the will to fight it today. I have to succumb to All Trails' stupidity because I'm just tired. All right, I have yet another decision to make. Of course, I'm just gonna let All Trails do it because why not? But yeah, if I kept going, that would be Frat Boy Mountain. But I'm actually going to the Hardy Ridge Trail. It says Hardy Ridge Trail Bridge Trail. 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 Can't believe I've actually done that 3 times and I haven't gone. So yeah, you try it. Hardy Ridge Trail Bridge Trail. Try that 3 or 4 times. See if that works. But yeah, that's the way I'm headed. tongue twisters aside. And I don't really have anything else. I mean, that was so stupid. I don't have anything else to add to it. I mean, the stupidity just killed the scene right there. Let's go. So, yes, I am still meandering through the forest, but I did want to mention, well, first of all, I'll acknowledge where I am. Again, beautiful. I mean, it's kind of more of the same, but can you really get too many trees and beautiful flowers and lovely rugged path? I mean, is there such a thing as too much of that? But my little funk that I was in this morning, I guess hiking is a good cure-all. Go over here so the GoPro lights me properly, because I think I may have pulled out of that funk. I mean, part of it was I had a busy day yesterday and I was tired, and I just kind of, didn't want to be out here just because I'm tired. I mean, folks, I know I come across as a superhero. I know I come across as like the most awesome He-Man in the history of fat, hiker vloggers, but I am human, unfortunately. And I do tire out. So on occasion I'm in a funk. But I think the forest has cured me. I just spent, a good mile or so, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know, going uphill, going through the woods, climbing over down logs, looking out for cougar and bear, because, we know that they're behind every single bush and every single tree just trying to eat us. And yeah, that combination of stuff, I guess, just kind of snapped me out of it, because now I'm actually, kind of happy to be here. I mean, look at this. There's flowers in the woods. There's trees. There's trees in the woods, if you didn't know. Sometimes my descriptions are just I'm working on the side of a hiking trail here. What do you expect? But yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if hiking a mountain will work on a hangover or anything like that, but it does help with a down mood sometimes. So I'm actually, and plus I haven't seen anybody in like an hour or so. That helps too. Well, I'm almost to the top and we're starting to get views. I've just seen trees for the last, 4 miles or so, but now we got the Columbia River, which is right there. We have some kind of mountain or hill, or have yet to actually look up what differs a mountain from a hill, because I'd have to look it up and that takes effort. But yeah, it's not exactly a clear day. It's hazy, misty. It's the Pacific Northwest. I'm sure those are clouds, not smog, but yeah, and in the distance, and I don't think I've ever talked about this on camera before, but here in the Columbia River Gorge, there is literally a train that runs like clockwork. It's like every half an hour, there's a train that goes through here. So when you're out anywhere in the Columbia River Gorge, along the river, you hear this thing. I've been on peak after peak after peak, and that has been my soundtrack, that train. And I'm not complaining about it. And I love, though, that I do have to tell people that I'm not complaining, because I complain so often. But no, I mean, it's nice. It's like, a familiar friend. I mean, you're up, with a broken leg, stuck down a mountain somewhere, and in the distance you hear the train. And as the vultures are about to eat your eyes, it's comforting, because somewhere down there is something familiar. That's, the Columbia River Gorge for you right there in a nutshell. But yeah, so the train's passing through, the wind's blowing, a little bit chilly up here, but I'm in shorts and a tank top as usual. So yeah, this is where I am. And actually, we're gonna go up a little bit higher. I believe the All Trails hike takes me up this way, and then it brings me back down this way. All Trails confuses the hell out of everybody, but yeah, I think there's some better views up here. So I'm gonna keep going, and Columbia River. You haven't seen that before. Okay, I have some more to do, but here's some more views for you. As you can see, there's a cloud right there. But as I pan over, there's something shiny over there. Don't you love how I'm able to point out all the geographic locations, you know, just so you're very informed and very educated as to what you will see when you come on this hike. There's a bunch of fog, mist. There's something over there, and there's more fog and mist rolling in. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Bunch of trees. My sense of direction is about as good as my other senses, and it's not saying a whole lot. So yeah, a bunch of trees and some mist in the distance there, folks. I think there's a body of water over there. Yeah, welcome to Geography with the Introverted Traveler. I have no idea where the hell I am, and I think I'm lost in the woods. Again, typical Sunday. Well, in typical fashion for me, I bring you the glory of nature. Yeah, I swear every time I come to some like mountain peak and I want to show off, you know, the beautiful landscape and the Columbia River and the mountains and all the trees and the beauty of the world below me. And this is what we get. And it's all owed again to my stellar planning. So if I actually had bothered to look at the weather report, I kind of did. I knew it wasn't going to be like snowing. I mean, you got to give me that much. But yeah, I mean, some people would say that this is beautiful, and it is. It's beautiful, but not exactly what I hike up here for. But you know what? What else would I be doing with my time? Actually socializing with people? And hell no. So, you know, I'm happy up here. I mean, look at this. You got mist rolling in from all directions. I kind of miss the foghorn of the Bay Area because it would be very fitting right about now, but no. Now, am I going to be able to see the trail to get out of here? Well, that's a question, but I swear, though, this was the most tedious... By the way, I'm at the end of the All Trails map. Let me just preface that. But this was the most tedious last bit of hike that I've really ever done. And so, for those of you who have All Trails and use All Trails, first of all, congratulations on surviving. You know, congratulations on not being dead. And I'll see you at the next, you know, support group meeting. But do you ever get to the point like you're right at the end of the hike and it's like that arrow on the map just won't move, that little arrow that indicates where you are, and the hike just keeps going and going and going, and maybe it's because, you know, currently I am in the apocalypse, but it just kept going, and I'm like, am I there yet? Am I there yet? Am I there yet? And I don't do that on like waterfall hikes. I mean, if there's a waterfall coming up and I'm like, oh, I can't wait. But this I knew, well, first of all, I knew I wasn't going to see much, which is fine. I don't care. I'm out here, you know, spending my time in nature instead of doing antisocial stuff on the internet. But I don't know. It just took me forever. It just felt like going on and on and on. Now, well, I'm here. There's some mist. It's pretty chilly up here, but it would help if I actually put on a real shirt or, you know, my jacket or something. But yeah, here we are, folks. We're at the top of Hardy Summit, Hardy Peak, whatever it's called. But yeah, once again, I'm at the top. I'm at the end of the hike, and I'm going to turn around now and go back because, I mean, basically that's what you do. With hiking, here, for those of you who don't hike, this is what hiking really is. It's walking to one point, turning around, and then walking back. There's variations on it. Sometimes you might do a loop where you walk in a circle. Sometimes you might do a loop where you just keep going and going, and then you stop, and then you have to get a ride back to wherever you parked your car. There's all sorts of variations, but basically, it's walking. It's fancy walking. It's hard walking once in a while, and then you're done. That's all it is. Now, that walking can bring you up to a frigid peak with mist all around you and scary wind, but it's just walking. It's just out walking. Okay, well, I'm gonna walk that way and go back to my car because it's cold up here. So let's go. while I am meandering back down my trail here, I just wanted to let everybody know, if you're a beginner or you haven't yet started hiking and you're watching my videos and thinking, well, that guy can do it. Remember, I am a trained idiot. I have been an idiot for a very, very long time, and I've done lots of stupid things. I don't suggest, first of all, I definitely don't suggest wearing what I'm wearing when it looks like this. Yeah, it's not the brightest move. But I also don't suggest just plunging in, not knowing anything and not knowing what the hell you're doing like I do every week. Remember, trained idiot. I know how to fail and not die. Not everybody who fails knows that, and they die. And out here, it's incredibly dangerous, and you know the rest. You could die. But yeah, so remember, don't emulate me, but definitely aspire to do what I'm doing. Do it slowly. Go out there, do some easy stuff, do some moderate stuff, get your experience up, and then come and do the stupid stuff that I'm doing, because it's fun. I mean, I'm at least I'm a happy idiot, but yeah, I'm definitely an idiot, and the fog and the mist are rolling in, and I'm going. Let's go. Well, I have been hiking for almost 2 years, and at this point I've done dozens and dozens of hikes, and I thought nothing would ever surprise me, you know, until I went to Angel's Rest a few months ago on Christmas Eve, and I got up to the very top. And Angel's Rest is a difficult hike, so you get up to the top and you're way up above the Columbia River Gorge, and on my way back I saw a hiking Chihuahua, two hikers with a mountain Chihuahua, or trail Chihuahua. Well, okay, that was cool. Didn't think I'd see anything else like that. A couple of minutes ago, I got passed by two hikers, which is always an unfortunate situation, but I got passed by two hikers with a Yorkie. Like a Yorkie Terrier, one of the little Matchbox car-sized dogs, all the way up here. And here comes this Yorkie, happy as can be, came up, licked my leg, and then, you know, passed by. So we have a trail Yorkie. We had a trail Chihuahua, and now we have a trail Yorkie. Hiking is weird, folks. Well, we're back to these views, so at least you can see something here, but yeah, nothing at the top whatsoever. That's okay. You know, I will continue in all my wisdom to do very scenic hikes in the middle of storms and during fog, and whenever you can't see anything, that's when I'll go do the most breathtaking of the hikes. And then, you know, the ugly hikes where you don't care what you see, I'll do those when it's bright and sunny and clear. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good business plan, a pretty good strategy. So yeah, we're back here. I'm headed down the mountain now. The hard part's over. Now I get to meander. Yes, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch the sound on camera because it happened right before I turned the GoPro on, but this is one of the things about hiking is sometimes with the wind, when you're hiking, you'll hear trees creaking, and which is usually fine, but that limb is like dangling there. And I'm worried that's what was creaking. Of course, I'm going to go under it really fast, but this could be it, folks. This could be the day that I die. Or, you know, get severely maimed or injured, as long as it doesn't affect the face. I mean, I need this. This is my moneymaker right here. You know. But yeah, I'm gonna go under that. It made a noise. I mean, at least it wasn't a hello, but still, I'm gonna take you with me because if I die, it needs to be on camera. It needs to be on record. So here we go. Slowly. Actually, let's do this quickly. That might be the smarter way to do it. There's some beautiful moss, the limb. Okay, I'm alive. false alarm, I'm not dead. But yeah, just a pro tip or a idiot tip or whatever. When you're out of here, if you come out here, you will hear, actually, I had a branch fall right, 10 feet from me once. I've known people that have had trees fall right near them. It happens. You got to be careful. The number one killer out here is not, bear or cougars. You'll never see those. It's, tree limbs and weather and all that type of stuff. So nature's trying to kill me. I'm still way too close to this tree limb. Let me back off. There was a noise. I turned on the GoPro. And then absolutely nothing happened because, other than me ranting, but anything exciting in the video, no, that happens when the camera's off. But yeah, I'm going to get going. I'm going to avoid any more tree limbs. Let's go. I'm at the point where I'm just meandering through the woods, like the end of most of my hikes. So I think it is a good time to do our trail rating and our misery index because A, I'm just meandering through the woods and what the hell else am I going to do? And B, the closer I get to my car, the closer I get to a source of people. And I can't film around that, and I really don't want anything to do with that to begin with. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the trail rating now on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the hellmouth, the worst thing possible for an introvert. And that's Disneyland on the 4th of July with screaming rides everywhere, children screaming, parents screaming, Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse fighting each other to death in a UFC-styled octagon. It's misery. It's pure misery. But that is in comparison to a 10, which is the greatest thing. It's introvert nirvana, folks. And that is the middle of a field in Antarctica. Just you and the penguins. Nothing but summer ice fields. Not a person for thousands of miles around. That's going to be my next vacation, I swear it. But on that scale, this is actually about a 7. This is a fairly good hike today. Now, it's not the greatest weather today, but there's not a lot of people out there. As I said, there were 6 cars at the trailhead, less than, though, 24 people. Will refer to the beginning of the video if you want the math. But I saw a few people. I saw a few dogs, which were great. But overall, not terrible. However, I can tell you I was on a day here where there were no views whatsoever. So on a clear day, I'm, thinking that there will probably be more people here. But we're right next to Hamilton Mountain, aka, Frat Boy Mountain. And that's a much more popular hike. This one is calmer. It's more gentle. It's got theoretically good views. I saw nothing, but that's typical for me. But overall, it was a 7. So in similar fashion, the misery index today on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being no misery whatsoever. Of course, that's a pipe dream because I'm always miserable to 1 degree or another. And 5 being the worst misery you could ever experience. I am about a 2. I mean, I'm miserable, but I'm out here by myself, so my only source of misery is me, and I'm used to that. So, yeah, overall, I would say this has not been a terrible hike. It has not been a horrible hike for introverts either. So, if you're looking for a hike in the busy Columbia River Gorge, and you don't mind going to the state of Washington, and you want to stay the hell away from Hamilton Mountain, which I honestly, I don't blame you at all, this is a good alternative. So, that's our rating for today. 7 on the introvert trail rating scale, 2 on the misery index. All in all, not bad. All right, so I'm less than a mile from my car, and thus less than a mile from the trailhead. So we have now come to the part of the video in which it is time for us to say goodbye. But before that, let's do a quick recap. Today, we're out in Beacon Rock State Park on the Washington side of the Columbia River Gorge, again. But this time, instead of going to Hamilton Mountain, which is full of like frat boys and loud groups trying to knock you off the trail and naked asses, we went up to Hardy Ridge, and we got to see some beautiful wildflowers, some dense forests. We got to see, well, not much at all at the top because it was like mist hell up there, but I got to see mist. And then my favorite part, I got to see the trail Yorkie. And the trail Yorkie licked my leg. That is basically the dog equivalent of giving an autograph. So basically, I got that lick mark on my leg. I should go in and get it tattooed on me now because it was an absolute honor. So, but alas, we're done. We're going home. So, you know what I'm about to say. Stay introverted, everyone. And of course, I'll see you on the next adventure.